to start your motionist straight line. So first of all, I'll give the glance what are the things we are going to study in your motionist straight line with along with the derivations. Then we'll do the step-by-step process. So the topic name is your motion in a straight line. Motion in a straight line. In this topic, we are going to discuss about some parameters. Straight away, we are going to discuss about some parameters. So those parameters are, first one is your displacement. Like for example, we'll discuss about the position. Next one, we'll discuss about displacement. Then what is distance? Then we'll discuss about speed. Then we'll discuss about velocity. And then we'll discuss about acceleration. Okay, first we are going to discuss about these definitions and as well as the concepts about these terms. We call it as parameters in your motionist straight line. Remember, motionist straight line is nothing but your kinematics.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and always remember, we are discussing about the object which is traveling in a straight line, whether it is horizontal case or whether it is vertical case. Just remember it. Okay, so it may be horizontal case or it may be vertical case. Just remember. So when we are discussing about the horizontal case, so we are discussing about the acceleration. Yeah. When we are discussing about the vertical, we'll discuss about the acceleration due to gravity. Clear? Okay, so horizontal case acceleration, vertical case acceleration due to gravity. Just remember it. And acceleration due to gravity, there are two things are there. So it is capital G, that is your G plus, and acceleration due to gravity minus. So when it is G plus, that is plus, that means acceleration due to gravity, it is towards the earth. Whatever the object is there, so it will try to attract towards the earth. When it is minus, it will be away from the earth. Clear? Towards the earth and away from them. This is the thing. Okay. And after that, we are going to discuss about some graphs. We'll discuss about the graphs. Graphs between position versus time period graphs, and as well as velocity versus time period graph, and acceleration versus time period graph. Okay, so these graphs is important. You may get problems on these graphs also. Okay, so I'll make you to practice more problems. Okay, ma, don't get worried. So I'll make you to practice more problems, more concepts. I'll clearly explain you. Make a separate book for it. So whatever the difficulties are there, please let me know. If you cannot able to understand, just stop me there. I'll explain you once or thrice. Okay, right, ma. So in this. So after these graphs, we are going to discuss about some relative velocity concept. And it is easy only, relative velocity concept. This is the last concept. This is your relative velocity concept where we are going to discuss about the two things. So one is your object, between two objects. So between the two objects, speed or the velocity. So whether both are traveling in the same direction, whether both are traveling in opposite direction. Okay, it is easy concept and important concept. Okay, now, so first of all, we'll see what are the important questions are there and what are the derivations are there. In that, we are going to discuss about three equations. You remember the three equations? If you remember, you can tell me that.
In laws of motion also. Oh,
No. Yeah. V is equal to U plus AT. Second one, S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Third one, V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. So these are the three equations. Okay, so these three equations, apart from these three equations, there is one more thing called fourth one. Sn is equal to U plus A by 2 into 2n minus 1. To find the nth term or nth second. So this one is purely different. These are the three equations. So these derivations are important. In this derivation, there are three methods are there. One is your direct method. Second one is your calculus method. Third one is your graphical method. Okay, so these three equations are deriving by direct calculus. Calculus is nothing but your differentiation and integration part. And after that, the graphical method. With the help of the graphs, we are going to derive it. Okay, in that, the most important term is your graphical method. We can expect a question from this. Okay, so and remember, just try to study your calculus also. It is also easy. Just try to remember it. Sometimes they may can ask you calculus, or sometimes they may can ask you a graphical method. Okay, and apart from this, these are the three derivations. That's it. Apart from this, They will ask you definitions of displacement, distance, speed, velocity, and acceleration. In that, apart from that, they will ask you what are the types are there. And what are the types also? Instantaneous velocity and average velocity. What is instantaneous velocity? How you are doing, and what is the average velocity? How you are doing? Same thing for instantaneous speed, and same thing for average speed, and same thing for instantaneous acceleration. Same thing for average acceleration. Okay, remember. So they may can ask you the terms like this. Okay, and this is just a theory part. And when we come for the practical, that problems, no, the most important term is your graphs. Problems on graphs are important. Okay, so this one we have to do more problems on it, and it is important. And apart from that, so the problems on your acceleration due to gravity. Okay, so this is your second one. And third one, it is related to your straight line, that is your acceleration part. Okay, these are the three segments. Derivations, these derivations are important and the definitions are important. Problems, graph, acceleration due to gravity part, and the three equations. Okay, these terms are important, and don't get confused. This is the easiest chapter, okay, compared to the other class 11 topics. Clear? So we'll go step by step. We'll try to understand what are the concepts are there and what are the definitions are there. One by one, I'll give the basic definition where you can able to remember easily. And then after that, we'll do some small problems. Then we'll do the derivations. Okay, we'll go step by step. Clear? So any doubts so far?
Okay, sir.
Okay, are you taking, you are familiar with the running notes? Are you familiar with the running notes?
Yes, sir. I take them down, sir.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Because now when you're going with the running notes, because I have to run faster, I have to explain you detailing. Okay, but I won't give the theory like this is a definition, these are the things, these are the theories. I won't do like that, because if I do that, it will eat you time. Okay, I'll highlight you from the textbook and as well as the books, whatever the books I'm referring, I'll highlight from that. Okay, you can study from that. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Clear? Right, ma. So we'll start.
Yes, sir. Yes,
We'll
sir.
start your basic terms. Let me get the book. 1 minute.
Yes,
And
sir.
whatever you are studying now, next classes I'll explain. I'll ask you the questions. So make sure that you are studying it. Okay. So
Yes,
don't
sir.
worry. I won't say anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any doubts, also you can ask me in there itself. Okay. So which makes you when I'm asking you questions, which makes you a bit stronger. Okay. Yeah. You can get some confidence also. Okay, I'll ask you all the basic questions. So you have to be strong in
Yes,
basic first of all. Okay, don't get confused. Step by step we'll go. So I'll give some basic definitions. Okay, basic definitions before going to the main concepts. Okay, you have to understand these basic definitions. First one is your kinematics. Kinematics. I'll give one line definitions only. Okay, kinematics. So kinematics deals with the study of motion of objects. It deals with study of motion of objects.
sir.
Motion of objects. Study of motion of objects without considering the cause of motion. Without considering the cause of motion. Considering the cause of motion. What is the cause? We don't want the causes. Is it moving or not? We want that one only. Okay. Right one. So cause of motion. And remember in this, when you're discussing about the word kinematics, it is from your Greek word. Okay. So kinematics, this kind means it is nothing but your motion. Okay. So kinemat is nothing but your motion. Okay, so related to motion only we are discussing here. This is nothing but your kinematics. Okay, next one we'll discuss about the statics. Statics, it deals with the study of object at rest. Study of objects at rest or in equilibrium. Or in equilibrium. Okay, so equilibrium means we can say the balance part or which is your conservation part. So balance, we can say a balanced part. Equilibrium is nothing but your balance. At rest condition or balance condition, we are going to discuss about that. Essentially the object, whatever the objects are there which are at rest condition, we'll discuss. Next one, third one is your dynamics. Okay, dynamics, so it deals with the study of objects, study of objects, study of motion. Okay, deals with study of motion of objects, motion of objects. Okay, so by considering the cause of their motion, by considering earlier, we are not considering here for the dynamics, we are just considering the cause of motion,
Yes, sir.
cause of motion. Okay, so these are the three things you just remember, and whatever we are discussing here, these are under mechanics. So these three parts will be under mechanics. So we can say it deals with the condition of whatever the mechanics we are discussing here. So this mechanic deals with the condition of, conditions of rest or motion, rest or motion of the object, motion of objects. Okay, so this is your branch, and we can say the mechanics is part of a physics. Under mechanics only we are going to discuss about the static part, and under mechanics only we are going to discuss about the kinematic and as well as your dynamic part. And remember, kinematic and dynamic both are same only, almost similar. It won't change anything. But here under dynamics we are going to consider the cause, which makes the cause. Here we don't require the causes, that's it. Okay, just remember. So now we'll go to the main concepts.
Yes, sir.
Or Forma?
Sir?
Is it over? Can
Yes,
you able to
sir.
hear me? Yeah, okay, good. So because these are basics only. Okay. Right now. So we'll go into the
Yes,
main
sir.
topics. Okay, let's see. Is there any voice delay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think you're hearing it late, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll go slowly. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, so once if you can able to hear it, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, so I'm just continuing. Okay, if you have any difficulty, please let me know. Okay, so next one, make a heading, motion in
I can
one.
hear you, sir. What I'm talking only is late, sir.
Okay, no issues then. No issues. I'll go slowly then. So 1, 2, and 3 dimensions.
Okay, sir.
Next one, next heading.
Yes, sir.
So motion in 1 dimension, 2 dimension, and 3 dimension. Motion in 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension. Okay, so let's see, we'll try to understand what is 1 dimension with some examples. First one, 1 dimension motion. 1 dimension motion, whatever the object is there, it's said to be 1 dimension. Okay, so specifying the position of the object changes with the time. Remember, the position of the object changes with the time with only 1 dimension. Changes with the time changes with the time. Okay, specifying only one direction.
Yes, sir.
Specifying only one direction. And in between, I'll use some shortcuts, because I have to write it here in the board. Okay, I'll use some shortcuts. Specifying only one direction here. Let's see some small
Yes, sir.
examples. Okay, so here assume there is an object. Assume I'm just taking an object. So when you're specifying the object, it has its own mass.
Sir.
Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll take this object at an initial point. And when you're applying some force on this object, what will happen? It will try to travel in a straight line, gaining some acceleration. It is traveling from the initial point to the final point. Starting from initial point to the final point. So in between, for example, in between, assume there are two different points are there. I'll take this one as P1 point. I'll take this one as P2 point. Just remember, in only one direction, this object is moving. Okay, so in between I'm taking two different points. Suppose if you want to find the distance covered from one point to other point, this is nothing but your distance. I'll take this one as x1, and from P point, that is initial point to the P2 point, I'll take this one as your distance. This is your second distance. Okay, so in the same direction, in one direction alone, remember, in one direction only we are going to consider this. So when you're considering this in one dimension, I can specify it as x-axis. Okay, only one direction I am discussing here. Okay, instead of taking the three axis, in the three axis we are taking only one direction. That direction we will specify with as x-axis. This is your small example. You can remember it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so when we are discussing about this type of motion, which is traveling in a straight line, we call it as a rectilinear motion.
Okay, sir.
Rectilinear motion, okay, or linear motion. Rectilinear motion or linear motion. Okay, examples we can say, examples whether it is horizontal or vertical, it is a straight line alone in only one direction. Like for example, motion of a train, examples, motion of a train
Yes, sir.
in straight track. Okay, second one, motion of a freely,
Yes,
motion of a freely falling body. So it is your horizontal case and it is your vertical case. So which are traveling in a straight line.
okay, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good man. Next one. So you'll see two-dimensional motion. Two-dimensional motion. So here the motion of an object is said to be two-dimensional if only two of the three coordinates, if only two of the three coordinates, only two of the three coordinates specifying its position, specifying its position, specifying its position. Okay, so position change with the time. Clear? So earlier we are discussing about the one direction alone. Okay, so here
Yes.
also we are just discussing about the x-axis. Here we are discussing about the two dimensions here. When we are discussing about the two dimensions, so that means we are going to discuss about its position changes from one point to other point. Let's see a small example. Okay, so I'm just taking the axis. Can I erase all the things?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Or else I'll take the next page. Let's see a small example. I'm just taking the axis here. I'm just taking the axis here. Let's see. So this is your origin. I'll take this one as x-axis. I'll take this one as your y-axis. Okay. Now I'm just taking a point. This is your point P. Okay. I'll take this one as point P1. Okay. And here I'll take the point P2. Okay, so when an object is traveling from point P1 to P2 in different axes, like this. So when the object is traveling from point P1 to P2, it will be identified with the coordinates. That is like, for example, x1 comma y1, and here also it is x2 comma y2. Earlier we have discussed about only one direction. Here there is a change in its direction. The change in its directions will be specified with respect to the coordinates. So this distance I'll take it as y1. This is your length here, height, and this distance from the origin I'll take it as x1. Here also. So this is your y2, and from this point, this is your x2. So these are nothing but your coordinates. Okay, please take it. Hello. Yeah, Manish, what happened yesterday?
Yes, sir.
After 4, 5, I have a class. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, is it okay? Tomorrow 6? And even if I forget now, please let me know. Okay, just text me there itself. Sir, we have class. Okay. So tomorrow at 6 we'll have that. Hmm? Okay, madam. Yeah, sorry, I got a call here. Okay. Okay, over. So with respect to the positions, we can able to find the axes. Okay, this is your two-dimensional motion. Okay. So let's see on examples. We'll see the
Yes,
examples.
sir.
So for these examples, let's see motion of planets around the sun. Examples are nothing but motion of planets. Those motion of planets are with respect to two-dimensional motion where it was traveling. Motion of planets around the sun. Second one, I'll take an example. Second example, a car moving along a zigzag path. Car moving in zigzag like this. Whatever the points we are taking between P1 to P2, these are nothing but car moving in a zigzag manner.
Yes,
Zigzag
sir.
path. Okay, so these are your examples, right? Right, now let's see your 3D motion. Let's see your 3D. So here 3D, the motion of an object is said to be three-dimensional. That means all three coordinates specifies. All three coordinates specifying the position change with the time. Specifying position change with the time. Okay, so we are going to discuss about the coordinates here. All three coordinates are there. Let's see a small graph here. So assuming I'm taking it as x-axis, I'll take this one as y-axis, and there is one more axis which is z. All three are perpendicular, or you can assume this is nothing but a corner of a ball. Now assume when any object is traveling from one point to other point, for example, it is traveling from one point to other point, it is not in a straight line. Assuming I'll take this one as P1, I'll take this one as P2. So with the help of coordinates only we can able to specify. So I assume it is x1, y1, but because of the three coordinates, I'll take it as z1. Here also it is x2, y2 and z2. So these are your three coordinates here. Okay, with the help of coordinates only we are going to find the positions of this object. Let's see some small examples for this. So examples, a kite flying on a rainy day or windy day, for example. Kite flying on a windy day. So why windy day? Na? If it is a regular day, what will happen? It won't flow at all. So it will be at stable condition at one particular point. We can say straight line. So if it is a windy day, what will happen? It will try to move to and from motion continuously. So because of that, there is a change in its position. So with respect to the axis. So it is not at a straight line. It is not at a horizontal. So it may go in a zigzag manner, which specify the three dimension. Okay. So this is your first example. Let's see second example. Motion of an aeroplane in space. Motion of an aeroplane. Aeroplane in space. Okay, so with respect to the motion of an aeroplane, we can able to specify the three-dimensional motions here. Okay, these are your examples. Right, ma?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's see some small parameters here. So now we are going to discuss the basic content. So the parameters. So in these parameters, earlier we have discussed about the position, correct? Whatever we have discussed here. So one-dimensional motion, two-dimensional motion, three-dimensional motions. So these are nothing but your position. And remember, so position is nothing but your address or location. Position is nothing but your address or location of an object. Clear? So here to find the address or position of this object, so with the help of coordinates only we are going to find. Whatever we have discussed earlier, these are nothing but your coordinates. So one is your x, one is your xy, and one is your xyz. One dimension, two dimension, and as well as three dimension. Okay. So the examples are nothing but your GPS location. So with the help of GPS, we can able to track the or trace the position of the object. With the help of latitudes and longitudes, we can able to find the positions, right? So that is nothing but GPS. This GPS is nothing but your three-dimensional motion only. Okay, so one dimension, two dimension, three dimensions, those are nothing but your positions. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let's see second one, your displacement and distance. We'll try to understand in detail, and it is easy only. You have to understand it. Let's see. Okay. So you know about displacement? Anything?
Yes, sir.
Anything about displacement?
I know it, sir, but I don't know how to tell it, sir.
Okay, right, no issues. We'll take a small example. Suppose if you cannot able to understand any definitions now, just try to explain it as an example. Then at least if you cannot able to get 1 mark for this one, because of the example explanation, at least you'll get half mark. Okay, you won't get zeros. So like this only physics will be there. Okay, so try to concentrate and try to understand the concept. Okay, right? Let's see a small example. Assuming I'm just taking an object. I'm taking an object. So this object is trying to travel from initial point to the final point. Always I'm just specifying in a straight line only because we are discussing in a straight line only. Okay. So initial point to the final point. When initial point to the final point, when the object is moving, that means I'm applying some force. Because of the force acting on this object, it is moving from initial point to final point. Now, so here just understand, here only one path is there, correct? The route we can say.
Yes, sir.
Only one path is there. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll try to take different paths. I'll try to take different paths. Okay, so I'll give some numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How many paths are there now?
5 parts.
5 paths are there. So between the points A and B are from initial to the final. Now, can you tell me which one is shorter here?
3.
Yes, ma. Which one is longer here?
5.
5, yes. So the shortest path between the points A and B, we call it as a displacement. Clear? The shortest path, okay, between the points A and B are the initial point to the final point, we call it as displacement. Okay. And remember, apart from the shortest path, all are your distance. Apart from the shortest path, all are your distance.
Yes, sir.
we won't say longer apart from the shortest because எல்லா path வந்து we got as distance only. Okay, and remember one more thing, when we specify the direction, remember when we specify the direction ஏன்னா வந்து shortest pathல, so how to go from here to there, so that means there is a direction here, correct? So when you specify the direction, that is your displacement, and this is your vector quantity, remember
Yes,
it.
sir.
This is your vector quantity. Vector quantity lo vandu there is a direction. So displacement on the shortest na inge nandu na vandu ange pono, there is a direction for it. When you specify the direction, that is your vector. Clear? And distance sollala. Distance na, I need to go to school from my home to school. There is no direction. You are just simply saying that I need to go from home to school. There is no proper direction. Okay, you can choose any path. You can choose any path. When you specifically tell I have to choose this path, this is your displacement. When you choose any path, that is your distance. Clear? So distance,
Yes, sir.
no direction.
Yes, sir.
And it is your scalar quantity. Correct? So displacement is your vector quantity,
Yes,
distance is your scalar quantity. Remember now. Now, so both are specified to length, correct? Both are related to length only. Okay. When both are related to length, what is the unit for length?
Meter.
Meter, huh? Okay. Any other units for length?
Centimeter, kilometer.
Super, good. So here when we are specifying the length, it may be meter, centimeter, kilometer, millimeter. There are so many terms are there from shorter to the longer. So these are your units. And remember, so distance, displacement, both are having same units. Both are related to length only. Both are having same units. Clear? And one more thing. When we are telling you about the path between A point to B point, suppose when you are telling about the path between A point to B point, இப்போ ஒரே ஒரு பாத் இருக்கு, ரிமெம்பர் ஒரே ஒரு பாத் இருக்கு, ஒரே ஒரு பாத்னு சொல்லும்போது டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் ரெண்டு சேம் தான். ஓகேவா? So when you specify only one path, distance and displacement both are same. Okay, right? Now tell me, what is displacement?
Okay, sir. Displacement is the shortest distance between any two points.
Yes, ma. So you can say distance, shortest path or shortest distance or shortest route between the 2 points. Then what is distance?
It is the other paths rather than displacement.
Rather than the shortest path. You can say like that. Rather than the shortest path, that is your distance. Or else I'll give the definition for it. Okay. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
good one. Let's see. A small definition about distance and displacement. Distance, it is the length of the actual path. It is the length of the actual path. Length of the actual path traversed, okay, by a body, traversed by a body between its initial and final points. Its initial and final positions. We can say final positions. Clear? So length of the actual path traversed by a body, that
Yes,
is
sir.
traveled by a body or traversed by a body or change in position by a body between initial and final positions. We call it as distance. Okay. Okay. Let's see displacement. Displacement, the displacement of an object is the change in the position. The change in position. The change in position of an object. Change in position of an object in a fixed direction. In a fixed direction. Okay, so or we can say it is your shortest path measured, or it is your shortest path measured. Okay, so in the direction from initial to final, measured in the direction from initial to final. Okay, remember displacement specifies the direction here. Okay, so and it is your shortest path, and both having same units, which is nothing but your meter. Okay, which is nothing but your meter. Okay, and remember one more thing, displacement may be position. Remember, displacement alone I am telling you, displacement may be positive, negative, or zero. Displacement may be positive, negative, or zero. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see a small example here in detail. ஏன்னா வந்து ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ்ல வந்து இந்த மாதிரி கேசஸ் வரும். So assuming I'm just taking an object. Okay, நல்லா பார்த்துக்கோங்க, ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து A பாயிண்ட்ல இருக்கு. What I do, I'm taking this object shifting from A point to B point. A வந்து B க்கு நான் வந்து இந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட் நான் வந்து பொசிஷன் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிருக்கேன். This is nothing but your path, correct? And this is nothing but your displacement and distance.
Yes,
correct? Now what I'll do, I'll change this object from B point to again A point. Again I'm just changing from A point to B point, again changing from B point to A point. Okay, now what will happen to the displacement?
Yes, sir.
What will happen to the displacement? Yes, displacement is zero. Displace agala inge ena in the object and the inge start aayirko, it was returning back to the same point, so the displacement is equal to zero. But remember, distance is zero. Distance irukku, distance enadhu A to B distance irukku plus B to A distance irukku, correct? The distance will be there, but displacement is equal to zero. Just remember it. Then on the cases lo problems la varumbodhu they may can ask you like this. Okay, இது வந்து ஆல்மோஸ்ட் ரிமெம்பர் சர்க்குலர் பாத்ல தான் டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் வந்து ஜீரோ இருக்கும். क्वेश्चंस வந்து இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு. So in a circular orbit, so the displacement is equal to zero. The distance will be there. Okay, distance exists, displacement is zero, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, ma'am. Okay, good. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Now, so when you are discussing about the units, na units la வந்து one MKS இருக்கு, one CGS இருக்கு. What is MKS and what is CGS?
Meter, kilogram second, centigram second.
Super, ma. Good. What is the unit for length in MKS?
Sir?
Unit for length in MKS.
Meter.
For CGS?
Centimeter.
Yes, ma'am. That's it. Okay, I'm just checking. Okay, ma'am. Let's see one more. Next one, we'll try to understand your characteristics of displacement. Characteristics of displacement. I told you, right? Displacement on the negative irukku, positive irukku, zero irukku. So whatever we have discussed earlier, that is your zero displacement. Now we'll discuss the first zero on the, we have seen it, and the next one we'll discuss about the positive displacement. Okay, positive displacement. Let's see for this positive displacement. Okay, when the object moves towards the right in time, like for example, assume there is a path or the route, it is a straight line like this. So what I'll do, I'll take three different sections. So O, A and B. Okay, either displacement on the, I'll take it as x1, that means your positions and so on, displacements and so on, and this is your x2. Okay, let's see the relations. Now when the object moves towards the right, when the object moves towards the right in time t1 to t2, in time t1 to t2. Okay, is displacement is positive. Its displacement is positive. Okay, so let's see. This total is the x1, correct? So this is the x2, right? So that means either displacement or either a time duration on the t1, either a time duration on the t2. So when the duration time period on the t1 and the t2 towards your right, So that means in the difference, in the difference, can I say it as x2 minus x1? And x2 minus x1 is always greater than 0,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
When x2 minus x1 is greater than 0, this is
Yes,
your
sir.
positive displacement. It is a positive displacement. Here. Okay, remember it. So it is your positive. So that means அங்க வந்து ஒரு path இருக்கு, route இருக்கு. So there is not 0 here. Okay, let's see second one. Same case தான்.
Yes, sir.
Same case தான். When the object is moving towards your left, when the object is moving towards your left in this direction. Okay, so in the direction of travel, so assuming in the x1, the total path, it is your x1 and it is your x2. Okay, but இங்க difference பார்க்கும்போது x2 minus x1 வந்து it is less than 0, correct? So when it is traveling from leftward towards your left direction, okay, and the path, whatever the path you are choosing here, b2a, it is x2 minus x1 is less than 0. When it is less than 0, we can say the displacement is negative. Okay, so this is your negative displacement. Remember earlier on the positive displacement, now it is negative displacement. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Remember now. So these are the cases. It is just the cases,
Yes,
that depends upon the question. It may vary. Okay, just for your example only, I'm telling you. So now we'll discuss about your next one. So idella on the narrow stuff irukku. So we'll directly go to your speed. Next one is your speed.
Yes, sir.
Remember, speed is a scalar quantity. Okay, speed க்கு வந்து ஒரு direction கிடையாது. I told you already,
Yes, sir.
displacement is shortest path மட்டும் the direction இருக்கும். When you specify the speed, like for example வந்து நீங்க பைக்ல கார்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா there is a speedometer. Okay, where the speedometer specifies the distance. Remember, speedometer specifies the distance but not the displacement. Okay, so the speed is related to your scalar quantity and it is nothing but your rate of change of position. Okay, we can say the rate of change of position. Change of position. Position of an object. Of an object with time. Of an object with time. Okay, in any direction. In any direction. Okay, so we can say that speed is equal to distance by time, or we can say speed is equal to distance traveled by time. Speed is equal to distance traveled by time. On the unit, it is, there is no direction here, so it is your scalar quantity and the units are nothing but distance is meter, time is seconds. It is your mks and centimeter per second. It is your CGS. Okay, this is your speed, distance by time. You know about the dimensions, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is the dimension analysis for speed? If you remember, you can tell me. Okay.
That L square something, sir.
No, dimensions will be identified in terms of ml and t. Mass, length, time. Okay, mass, length, time. So here if you see the unit is meter per second, or I can say it as meter second inverse, correct? Rendu same dane. So here in this one there is no mass, so we can say m power 0. M power 0 is nothing but 1. So mass is m power 0. There is no mass. It is 1. L is length. L is there. And the power time period is minus 1. So it is minus 1. This is your dimension analysis for your speed. So unit clear தெரிஞ்சாலே we can able to identify the dimensions. Because now வந்து டைரக்டா வந்து நம்ம motion is straight line பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். We haven't discussed the unit cell measurement. If you have done this unit cell measurement, it will be easy for you. Okay. So இப்போதைக்கு எக்ஸாம்காக we'll practice it. Then after that we'll see. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right now. Okay, let's see one more. So one more. So next one, we'll discuss about the types of speed. So types of speed are of almost 4 types are there. First one, uniform speed. Uniform speed. Second one, variable speed. Third one, it is your average speed. This average speed and instantaneous speed, these are important. So fourth one, instantaneous speed. INSTANTANEOUS. Instantaneous speed. So uniform speed, variable speed, average speed, instantaneous speed. These are the 4 types of speeds are there. Okay. Let's see one by one. First one, uniform speed. So uniform speed. In this uniform speed, so whatever the object is there, okay, so an object is said to be moving with uniform speed, okay, if it covers equal distance. Remember, if it covers equal distances in equal time, that means equal intervals of time, intervals of time. Okay, so here whatever the changes are there, these are your small changes with time intervals. This is not a bigger change. These are your small changes. So this one we call it as uniform speed. That means, for example, assume there is an object, it is starting from A point to B point. A point to B point. So if you create some segments, remember, if you create some segments, assuming this duration is time period T. This is your time period T. This is your time period T. So we can say that there are 3 different durations are there. These 3 different durations are equal. Under the displacement, I'll take this S1, I'll take this S2, I'll take this S3. So equal intervals of time in equal distances, we call it as your uniform speed. Okay, this is your uniform speed. Okay, next is second one, a variable speed. Variable speed. Okay, so in this variable speed, for an object moving with a variable speed, the average speed, it covers unequal distance. It covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. In equal intervals of time. Okay, distance may not be unequal, but the time duration is equal here. Okay, so this is your variable speed.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Right one. Next one, third one, average speed. Average speed. Okay, we'll take the same example. Okay, we'll take the same example. Assume there is an object, it was trying to travel from A point to the B point. When it is traveling from A point to B point, there are different segments are there. This is your distance S1, this is your distance S2, this is your distance S3. And the time duration is T1, T2 and T3. Okay, average speed refers to the total distance traveled by total distance traveled to the total time taken. total time taken. Let's see the relations. So here the total displacements are S1, S2, S3. This is your total displacement. So S1 plus S2 plus S3 divided by, it is a T1 plus T2 plus T3. So this is your average speed. Clear? Or I can say in a different way. So இன்னொரு ஃபார்முலா நம்ம எழுதலாம். So here what I'll do, இங்கே வந்து A to C, I'll take it as C, D and B like this. So A and C க்கு போகும்போது இதோட displacement S1, இதோட time period T1. Can you say velocity V1 here? So V1 is equal to S1 by T1, and here I'll take it as V2 is equal to S2 by T2, and we'll take V3 is equal to S3 by T3. நான் வந்து தனித்தனி எடுத்துட்டேன். So average speed, sorry, it is speed ma. V1 and சொல்லும்போது it is speed. So I'll take it as speed only. Speed 2 and speed 3. Okay. So average speed can be specified as, so இங்க வந்து மூணு speeds இருக்கா. So I'll take it as speed 1 SP1 plus SP2 plus SP3 by 3. So it can be average. Normal average தான் நான் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். அது ஸ்பீட்ல தான் நான் பண்ணிருக்கேன். So these are your two formulas.
Yes sir, yes.
Remember it.
Okay sir.
Done? Good ma. So let's see one more. That is your instantaneous speed. In the instantaneous speed வந்து, so we'll take a small example here. So assume there is an object. Object வந்து, I don't know from where it was coming and from where to where it was moving. Okay, I don't know, it was starting from infinite location and the infinite location. I don't know that. எங்கிருந்து வருது எங்கேயோ போயிட்டு இருக்கு. Now in this case, at one particular point, remember, at one particular point, I'll take it as C point. At one particular point, I need to find its speed. இதுக்கு speed எனக்கு வேணும். Remember, without any references, I cannot able to find the speed at one particular point. We cannot able to find the speed. For that, என்ன ஆகுனா, அந்த particular case, continuous வந்து அந்த momentல, அந்த particular instant, what I'll do, we'll take initial point and we'll take final point. Okay, so நான் என்ன பண்றேன், ஒரு ஜெனரலா ஒரு reference point நான் எடுத்துக்கிட்டேன். அது starting point நினைச்சிட்டேன். And அதே மாதிரி I'm just taking the one more general point, that is your final point and சொல்லிட்டேன். So at that particular instant, when you're taking the initial point and final point to find the speed, we call it as instantaneous speed at that particular instant. Okay, let's see the relations. Now when you're discussing about the changes, so either a displacement on the, I'll take it as S1, either a displacement on the, I'll take it as S2, either a time period on the, I'll take it as T1, either a time period on the, I'll take it as T2. Let's see the relations. So instantaneous speed can be measured as distance by time period. In the distance, I'll take it as S2 minus S1 divided by time period. Change. So I'll take it as T2 minus T1. So this is your instantaneous speed, which is equal to your change in your distance by change in your time period. And remember one more thing, it is small changes. When we're discussing about the small changes, I'll specify as ds. Small change will be specified as ds. Okay, d on the differentiation ma. Differences, inge on the difference irukadanaala I'll take it as differentiation. Okay, so when you are discussing about the bigger change, I'll take it as del s for bigger change. Remember it. So here I'm just taking about the small change. I can rewrite this instantaneous speed as ds by dt. Okay, differentiation of speed with respect to time period. Differentiation of your displacement with respect to time period. Okay, let's see the definition part. So here, a particular instant of time. So the speed of an object at any particular instant of time. Any particular instant. Particular instant of time. Particular instant of time. Okay, or a particular point. Or a particular point. Particular point of its path. Of its path. Okay, is called your instantaneous speed. This is something about your instantaneous speed. On the path layer, on the particular instant layer. Remember it. This is your instantaneous speed. Okay, in a simple example னு சொல்லும்போது speedometer. Speedometer வந்து அது மீட்டர் வந்து எப்படி மெஷர் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு அந்த ஸ்பீட் வந்து இட் வாஸ் டேக்கிங் த ஸ்பீட். ஸோ கண்டினியூஸா வந்து அந்த ரீடிங் வந்து அது டிஜிட்டலா இருக்கலாம் அனலாக்ல இருக்கலாம். ஸோ ஹியர் இட் வாஸ் மெஷரிங் த ஸ்பீட். ஸோ இன் ஆட்டோமொபைல்ஸ் okay it's instantaneous speed at that any instant lo we can able to speed. Okay, so with the help of your instantaneous speed only we can able to
Yes,
work
yes.
or we can able to find the speed in your speedometers at any instant. Instant speed at any instant, speedometer works here. Okay,
Okay, sir.
remember these cases. So let's
Yes,
see
sir.
the next one. Any doubts irukka so far? Any doubts? Okay, let's see next one, velocity. Next one, velocity. So velocity, so earlier I told you when we are specifying the shortest distance or when we are specifying the direction, that is your velocity, or we can say the definition, rate of change of position. Rate of change of position. Position of an object with the time. Of an object with time. Of an object with time in a given direction. In a given direction. Okay, so when you are specifying a proper direction, okay, in the particular position of an object with respect to time, we call it as velocity. So the relation is velocity is equal to displacement by time period. Velocity is equal to displacement by time period. And remember, displacement, I told you, it is your vector quantity because there is a direction for it. When you specify the direction, so velocity is also display, that is your vector quantity because there is a direction. Okay, this is your vector quantities.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right, I told you when you're discussing about the displacement, there are positive, negative as well as zero. Positive, negative as well as zero. Same case here. So velocity can be positive, negative and as well as zero.
Yes, sir.
But either a unit பார்க்கலாம். Unit another displacement again meter, time period of the seconds, or CGS another centimeter per second, and either dimensions on the same as your speed, m power 0, l power 1, t power minus 1. This is your dimension analysis. Clear? So now let's see your 4 types of velocities,
Yes,
and after that I'll stop it. Okay, because it is your first class, I don't want to torture you. Okay, so after these types of velocities I'll stop it. Please go through this content, what are the contents are there, okay, what are the definitions are there, just go through it. From next class onwards we'll see the derivations and we'll do problems. Okay, I told you, right, just remember the time period, time duration. Now suppose miss ஆனாலும் ஒரு 5 minutes முன்னாடி வந்து just எனக்கு remind பண்ணுங்க, ஏன்னா வந்து I'll be busy in my other classes also, just remind me. Okay, so sir, we have class in 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Okay,
Now
sir.
immediately I'll respond, I'll give the link, or else I'll tell you, so we can have after 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Okay, right ma? So okay, so 4 types are there, so in this velocity.
Yes,
After that we'll stop it. So as same as your speed only. First one is your uniform velocity. First one is your uniform velocity. Second one is your variable velocity.
Okay, sir.
Third one is your average velocity. Fourth one is your instantaneous velocity. Same as your speed. That's it. Okay. Let's just understand these relations. So when we're discussing about the uniform velocity, first case, uniform velocity. So it covers equal displacement in equal interval of time. Equal displacements in equal interval of time. As we have discussed about the speed, same thing here. Okay, in equal interval of time.
Okay, sir.
Next one, variable velocity. So here, unequal displacement in equal interval of time. Unequal displacement in equal interval of time. That is your second case. Third one, average velocity. Average velocity. For this average velocity, So object moving in a particular, or else we can say that the ratio between the total displacement to the total time period. Total displacement to the total time period. Okay, so as we have seen the earlier case, same example I mentioned பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Okay, so that means A point and the B point travel there is a segments here, and I'll take it as S1 and S2, time period on the T1 and T2. So total displacement for this case S1 plus S2 divided by T1 plus T2. Maybe now on the terms on the S1 S2 displacement distance ரெண்டுமே சேமா தான் சொல்லிருக்கீங்க examples-ல. So when you're doing the problems now, you have to specify it. Okay, so I'll take it as distance na total, I'll take it as distance. Displacement na I'll take it as total displacement. Rendu almost same ah da irukum. Okay, or else I'll take it as velocity v1 and v2. So here, so average velocity can be write it as v1 plus v2 divided by 2. Okay, v1 plus v2 divided by 2. It is average velocity, right? Clear? Any doubt now so far?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Okay, good one. Next, see your fourth one. Fourth one, instantaneous velocity. Instantaneous velocity. When you are discussing about the instantaneous velocity here, so here the same case, whatever we have discussed, the same case. At that particular instant, okay, the velocity of an object, I'll write here, velocity of an object, velocity of an object, okay, at a particular instant of time. At a particular instant of time.
Okay, sir.
Or particular point of its path. Of its path. Okay, it is nothing but your instantaneous velocity. Same thing earlier at the particular instant when you want to find the velocity at the initial point and at the final point. So the change in the difference is nothing but you're changing its displacement S2 minus S1 and as well as the time period T2 minus T1. So the relations are like this. So the velocity, I'll take the vector quantity now, I'll take it as vector. If you want, you can take down the anyway, I will discuss these things in your next chapter sometime. So I'll take it as a dx. Dx or ds. So displacement of the SN ds by dt. Change in displacement. Okay, rate of change of your displacement here. It is a ds by dt. Okay, again, either units is same now. Okay, so units is nothing but your meter per second. Same thing I can write it as S2 minus S1 divided by t2 minus t1. This is your instantaneous velocity.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So till this enough ma. So okay, I don't wanna push forward. So after these cases, we are going to discuss about the acceleration part. Next class lo paakala nalike. So we'll see the acceleration. We'll see the types of acceleration. There are so 4 types are there, and after that directly we'll see the derivations. Clear? So any doubts so far?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Okay, what I'll do, what are the screenshots, what are the pages which we have seen it here, which I have written here, I'll share these pages also. If you want, you can take a record of it. Okay, just for your case. Okay, understanding only. Okay. So right now, so yes, next class tomorrow we'll see. Yes, we'll try to understand your acceleration and we'll discuss about your derivations part. Okay. So whatever the doubts are there, you study today. Yes, tomorrow you can ask me the questions. Okay. Right, ma?
Okay, sir.
Right, ma. So tomorrow we'll see them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is it comfortable? Am I moving faster?
No, sir.
So because I'm moving faster only. Okay. The thing was unak purila adu na faster poren solittu. Okay. So if I go like this, within 3 classes we'll complete your motion strategy.
It's understandable, sir.
Understandable, right? I want that one only. So anyway, I'm moving faster only, but unak vandu adu theriyala. That's it. I'm just slowly, I'm moving faster. So next class, okay. So presently we almost completed this portion. Whatever the portion is there, we have completed this one. So next class we are going to discuss about this derivation. Okay. So after this 2 classes we'll discuss about the graphs. So within this week end, we'll complete this chapter. Okay, so don't get confused ma, and the definitions on the romba important. We'll go in detail about that. Okay, so let's see, no issues. Okay, so just try to study. Tomorrow I'll ask you questions from that.
Okay.
Okay, right ma, let's see tomorrow then.
Yes,
Bye.
sir.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah
Yes,
ma.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.